Fred, 1-800-244-5506. That's 1-800-244-5506. Or go to johnanthonysports.com.
Sponsored by JFSR Group.
This is Zach Gelb with Fantasy Sports Minute. Jerry Jones had a miserable 82nd birthday yesterday as his Dallas Cowboys got annihilated by the Detroit Lions. After the 38-point loss, the birthday boy passed him the cake and told the media he was shocked by his team's performance. I don't get what Jerry is shocked about, though, because in his last 4 home games, the Cowboys in the first half have now been outscored 110-35. Yes, you heard that correctly, 110-35. So none of this should be shocking to the Cowboys owner. I'm Zach Gelb.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia, live from the Tasty Cake Studios. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is the Brandon Graham Show on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It is the Brandon Graham Show live from Chickies and Pete's, brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. We got a win. We got enough people in here for an EAGL. E! Hey! There we go. Feels good after a win, right?
Yeah, it do. Did the Eagles win yesterday?
They did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, don't you start.
Well, wait a minute. It's
PR department over there on the end.
It's the Mike Schmidt line. It's the thrill of victory and the agony of having to read and hear it about it the next day.
Well, you're part of that agony, friend.
No. Hey, listen, it wasn't a great game, but it was a win. But hey, by the way, Brandon, is your coach still the coach? Is he still?
He still is.
Okay.
I
was just checking.
Good.
Yeah, with WIP, I thought they had him fired.
All right. Yes, it's at WIP where you work, where your paychecks it says Odyssey on it. Yeah.
Right? And then there's people that call in, the brilliant minds of Philadelphia. They got it all figured out. How about the guy that said today that Jason Kelsey should be the next head coach?
Well, didn't you try to be the general manager of the Phillies once?
Yeah, but they didn't have a good general manager at the time. Baseball's pretty easy.
All right.
Football's difficult.
BG, later in the show, we're going to talk to you about 200 games as an Eagle, which you did celebrate yesterday. So congratulations on that. First, I want to talk about the game itself. You guys didn't allow a touchdown yesterday, an offensive touchdown. What went right defensively for you guys yesterday?
I think it was the effort of the spirit of the defense. We went out there. I knew they was gonna make some plays here and there, but we kept them out the end zone when it mattered. And I just felt like everybody showed up in a big way, and we all had a piece of the success on defense.
Was there a renewed focus on all of that after the bye? Was there anything different leading up to this game in the week of preparation?
Well, I mean, it's a week-to-week league. How I look at it is we're growing as a defense. We're growing because Vic and even on the offensive side, we all growing together because these first year coordinators for us, and we trying to get on the same page just as much as just every week because it's like certain things that work well with what we do, and then certain stuff that you see out there sometimes it don't, or it's just I feel like, man, we doing a good job of taking it week to week, and I can't remember the last time a win was this bad. From the Eagles, they just want Nick head, and it just if you're gonna give it to Nick and Nick say something back, like he a man too. It's like he gonna have some fun with y'all just as much as y'all have fun with him, man. I feel like he definitely have us prepared. He definitely got the team. I just don't know this people just don't like the way. I guess that we went into, but like I say, it's a journey, and I feel like we getting stronger as we go because we believe in what we're doing.
When you say, and you said it without the question, there's a lot of people that say, because when they want to blame the head coach, which is usually the easiest way out, the team wasn't prepared after a bye week, and you just said you were prepared. You went through probably, from what I understand, more things, tackling. There's a lot of things that you did last week, right? Mm-hmm. So, for the people that say you're not prepared, what do you say to those people?
They're not in the building. So, I mean, it's just all talk at the end of the day. People ain't got nothing to back it up other than, some plays that probably didn't go the way they wanted it to go, or they made a call that they ain't like. It's so much in the game that you ain't going to like. It's some stuff that we wish we can get back. But when we out there, we playing. Whatever the call is, we going. And like I say, it's the journey of us going through, first year coordinators, that we learning how they call the game, we learning how they want stuff done and all that stuff. And I feel like we really doing good. For the little time we did, had to do this together. And I'm loving just where we at as a team. I mean, we got a defense that's believing in it, offense that's going out there trying to get it right each and every down. It's like they don't see the stuff that we go through, but they don't have to, because like we talk about, it's about us being in that room together.
It looked like before Nick went over to say what he said to the fans that he was talking to you guys. Was there something he said or something that you guys were talking about before he did that?
Well, you know what? We just say, hey, 2022, Nick, you know what I'm saying? Be you, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because we work too hard for people to just bash and bash and bash. And then when you get on them, now they want to nitpick. It's like, man, we just having fun. Like, y'all going to get on him when we lose. So when he win, yeah, he gonna say something back, because he heard the chirping. I mean, I use it as motivation, and I know he used that as motivation. And man, at the end of the day, ain't nobody in that building but us. And for us, we just got to stay focused. At the end of the day, Nick had his little stuff. It felt good to get it out, I'm sure. But I mean, man, we got his back at the end of the day. And with people bashing and doing all this stuff, it's like, look, they trying to drive a wedge in between, what we got going on. At the end of the day, if you ride with us, ride with us. Sometimes it ain't pretty, but we got to win. And let me tell you, every week you see teams every week that blew out somebody one week, and then the next week they in a dogfight with somebody they should be. This league is like that. This league is, everybody has game plans. They are professionals. We all out here working. But like I say, it's about the teams that grow stronger through the season, because you can have a hot start in the beginning and then cool off, as we know, because we went through that last year. But this year, it's a new year, and I feel like we got a bunch of guys on this team that's working to, at the end of the day, please ourselves, but to please the fans. But for them to act like this, it's like, come on, y'all, get off Nick. Like, at the end of the day, he trying to work. Y'all don't see the work he put in. But then I just know it's a bunch of people that probably tired or whatever, but man, we won that game, and we trying to stack another one with these Giants this week, and we gonna go to work. We going to work for the city, and that's all I gotta say on that. It's like, man, let Nick live for a minute.
Can I have just one quick follow up on the Nick thing, and then I'm done with the Nick thing, I promise. So 2 weeks ago, Jalen Carter, at the end of the game, was John looked like at fans a little bit, but then also I think it was the New Orleans game, but then at some of the players. And Nick, and I'm just to play devil's advocate here, Nick was one of the guys that was trying to get him to stop doing that. So from afar, it looks to me like if he is the CEO, head coach, the example header, the culture setter, it would be hard if I were a player to have that guy telling me, no, you can't do that, when he's doing the exact same thing. And I think that's what people wonder is they see the head coach as the purveyor of like restraint, of order. And then when they see him not being able to control it, they wonder if he can be in charge of a team that controls it.
Hey, well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
That's just people nitpicking at the end of the day. Like, he's showing emotion. He's not fighting nobody. Like, I mean, if that's why I say nobody know nobody in this. Like, you just know what you think Jalen Carter. You don't know Jalen Carter. You don't know Nick. You don't know Nick. But I know for just in that argument, JC, we got to keep him right, because he can get in his head real bad, and then it can go there. But with Nick, I don't think it's going to go there. It's just Nick just letting the fans know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a different thing. I get, you want to set an example on that, and he do. I mean, I just feel like, he had to get that out of there, and he owned it. He was like, look, I ain't want to be no distraction to the team. But as we know, yeah, I want you to fight back too, because I got a chip on my shoulder every time, because I remember what them words was with fans. But it's like, yeah, I'm happy to be here 200 games, but I always remember that's what keep me motivated. And so for him, I know it's keeping Nick motivated the same way. It's like, y'all doubt me? Okay, this one I thrive the best, because my back up against the wall. Everybody, we got to win, but everybody want my head. but I'm gonna keep working for y'all because that's what I do, and I'm gonna change this thing around. And that's all you can do. So I just let people talk, man. I'm just tired of hearing about Nick on a win, and that's all because if we'd have lost, of course, it would have been even worse. It's like fire him on the spot right now, but it's like give him a chance. At the end of the day, we was 2 years removed from being at an appearance. I was hoping we got that win, and we probably wouldn't be talking about it as crazy now. But people still stinking from that too. So I gotta have all that come into play. But Nick, just keep going. We got your back. At the end of the day, you had your mistake. And to that point you just said about him being an example, I know for him he gonna handle himself a lot better. But it was good for him to get it out, and I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely understand it.
Brandon, the players I see it, and the players all say publicly that they're behind Nick and they embrace him. What is it that you can tell the people? And I know you're always honest with us, where the players show how much they support Nick's, your head coach, Nick Serianni.
Well, I look at like how he holds his meetings and how he holds people accountable. And if people didn't respect him, they'll definitely go back at him. You know what I'm saying? But
first, you never see that, right?
No. And first thing he did when he came in, he was like, "Look, y'all, I'm sorry, you guys have to answer to this, and I didn't want to be a distraction and all this stuff." But we understood where he went at that time, and it felt good for him, and so. But moving forward, he gonna do a better job on that part. But of course, I'll be motivated too. He motivated because everybody just don't know what they don't know, and everybody just see what they see out there on the field, and they can make their own assumptions, but you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So, we just keep it at that. That's why we always try to keep it in house. But sometimes, he a man, he a human, and so he wanted to let people know we got that win, and the people can say, "Oh, it's the Browns," but man, we are professional athletes. NFL is, I'm telling you, this
you
game
met
is
today,
funny
right?
like that.
The team met today.
Yeah.
Did anybody discuss all the noise outside about the head coach?
Well,
any of the players bring that up?
Well, we just talk about it as far as how we gonna handle it.
Okay.
And then we move on because I'm on to the Giants right now, and it's like, man, Nick still my coach. Can't nobody make us turn on him because at the end of the day,
you don't want to.
Nick a solid dude, you know what I'm saying, and you just don't see the growth from where he started for where he is now. So for people to come at him right now, it's just some hurt people out there, and I just want to hear some of the opinions. I ain't listening to nothing all day, so it's really like I ain't really care, but it's like at the end of the day, I try to let people say what they're gonna say, and then let's move on to them Giants.
The shaved head, though, he looks better with the hair.
Hey, I know. Hey, you know what? Hey, you gotta switch it up sometimes,
dude. When I saw the photo before the game of Nick's shaved head, I was like, "Oh, we're in for one today."
Oh yeah,
he came ready to fight.
Yeah, he came ready. He came ready to fight. Hey, that's the whole point behind it. He came ready to fight. And he gonna keep fighting because we gonna keep fighting as a team. I believe in the dream. We all believe in the dream, man. Like we say, it's about us in that building because we the only ones in there. We just got to put out the product that we're looking for to appease other people.
I do think it's important that you guys say what you do about Serianni, because I think the thing that you said in the beginning, you've said it a couple of times, is true. People don't see what happens behind the scenes, but they don't. So all they see is, and I don't think they were reacting to defense. I think when they're frustrated, they're probably frustrated offensively.
I understand. I understand where they're going. I know exactly what it is.
So I think for you guys and for him.
We go over details on how plays need to be ran, on what they expect. He detail it out and he show us how he wanted to be done. And then he back up the coaches. He put it up on the big board when we doing it right. And the defensive bad, offensive good, defensive good, all that stuff. And he hold people accountable. He call them out. but he always start off with, "Hey y'all, we just here to get better." That's all it is, and that's what we do. And a lot of guys, man, they get better, and we can see it from week to week. From some stuff that somebody might have did wrong the week before, he like, "Look, this is what I'm talking about right here." Like, he praise you just as much as he get on you, and people don't see them meetings. People don't hear all that. They just don't like that the offense ain't doing this. We got this guy, that guy. I got you. I feel you. We getting better though. Every week. And Jalen and them and how they calling it together. The chemistry of man, like how, yeah, let's do that. Or he make a check here. Like the chemistry of trusting one another in moments where now Jalen's showing, hey, I made a good check. I'm gonna make sure in moments if I see something, like they give him the leeway. And just as much as he's listening to the coach, it's the same, like where Jalen gonna feel even more comfortable in this scheme because this is his first year with Kellen. But I think they're doing a good job of communicating and doing some stuff. But we are a different team when we got AJ and them guys in there and everybody healthy. But we all still trying to make sure that we are growing towards being that bully towards the end of the season, like where we need to be. And so, man, I'm just happy we got the win.
5 sacks. I mean, that was great. What was was there anything aside from, you said that everybody played hard, played together. Was there anything schematically different? It looked like Vic blitzed a little bit more, brought Cooper a few times than he normally does. What allowed you guys to get to the quarterback more yesterday?
Well, I think he definitely put us in a great position to be able to go out there and get after the quarterback. He sent probably 5-man blitzes and just so we can get one-on-ones, and the guys was winning their one-on-ones. And I know the one where Coop came in, I occupied the tackle, and the guard ended up coming to me, and the tackle was supposed to go out and get Coop, and he didn't. And man, it just worked out. Us being, where we're supposed to be, and I think that it's a credit to everybody. Vic for making the call, and then on top of that, Coop going in there, making disrupting them, and then yeah, man, I think it was just everybody's attitude, the want to, tired of hearing about we ain't getting sacks and stuff like that. And like I told them boys, preseason over with, 4 games is over with. Now it's about what we do moving forward, and we got the win. And on defense, I was definitely happy, on how we responded, how we started tackling, how everybody was running, getting to the ball. Because I mean, you're gonna miss tackles, but how we cover them up is effort to the ball. So I think we did a good job of that. And we talked about it all week, and everything we talked about, for the most part, we got it done.
No. What?
Yeah, I thought he would have had something.
Yeah.
That's why we looked at you.
I'm fine. I thought you explained things very well. Whether the fans want to hear it or not is another question.
I'm with you on that.
And then when Nick gets you together on the Monday, you're going over yesterday's game, right?
Yep.
Okay. He said we're going to fix things. What did he have to fix?
Well, it's like you go over like plays that didn't work, or you see why things didn't work, and then it's like, man, you see, we didn't do this. You did this in practice, but you didn't do this in the game, and it's like stuff happened because it might have been a good call, but maybe you didn't do exactly what you were supposed to do, and now you gave somebody on the defense a chance to tackle you, like on the offensive side. Then, or maybe we was out of position where we know our help is inside, but we jumped inside instead of staying outside. It's like all that leverage game, watching the film and just seeing, knowing your job description on what coach told you he wanted you to do. And he either pointed out to you that you did a great job, or this is why this play didn't work, because you forgot, you didn't make the check out because there was a blitzing corner coming and he came off the edge and the tackle didn't get the call, or whatever. It's all that.
And he's not soft with the players, right?
No, man. I mean, people always they always throw that soft word around, man. And I don't play with that S word for real, because at the end of the day, you got to come up. People, that's just a safe word. That's just a safe word. But we far from that. I can say that.
So we'll take a break here, come back. It was your 200th game as a Philadelphia Eagle, so come back and talk about that as well as the upcoming Giants game. This is the Brandon Graham Show, live from Chickie's and Pete's, brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly.
Another road game takeover with fans of Philly. Fly with fans of Philly to watch the Birds give Big D a big L. Enjoy airfare, hotel accommodations, an exclusive tailgate party, and game tickets seated with those that bleed green. Fly with 94 WIP's official travel partner, Fans of Philly. Reserve your spot now before they sell out at fansofphilly.com.
I'm Nick Ashew, here to help you beat the books with BetQL. And we're just over 1 week away from the tip-off of the NBA regular season. Oh, yeah, I can smell it. The BetQL model's got you covered, too. BetQL is going to have all their favorite 4- and 5-star best bets all season long, from individual games, sides and totals, futures, props, throughout the entire season. That's where you want to go to get that edge in the NBA. I'm Nick Ashew. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL and BetMGM apps today.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
When is the last time you paid less but got more in return? It happens every day if you or a loved one has Medicare Advantage. $0 copays and an average of $2,500 less out of pocket annually, but more benefits like dental, hearing, and vision. More prevention and screenings to keep people healthy. More care for less money. No wonder 33 million seniors choose Medicare Advantage. Visit MedicareAdvantageMajority.org to learn more. Paid for by Medicare Advantage Majority.
Cap off NFL Week 6 with a chance to win on FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge Casino, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers can bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets if you win a bet in tonight's game between the Bills and the Jets. With FanDuel, you can build a parlay around which quarterback will have the better night, who scores the touchdowns, and then so much more. Just visit FanDuel.com/John R. to make every moment more this season. That's FanDuel.com/JONR. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 94 WIP.
21 plus in President, Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sticking to the fundamentals and not wavering from the game plan is a great philosophy for football and banking. And for nearly 160 years, the dedicated PNC teams are in formation to help fans receive sound and reliable, personalized financial advice to get them across the goal line. Because as they see it, a win for them is a win for the greater Philadelphia community. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Hey, Philly, you know I've been telling you about my friends at the Bush Auto Group for a while now. Well, this month it's time to score big. Exton Nissan and Nissan 422 of Limerick have some incredible lease offers this month that you won't want to miss. And for you luxury lovers out there, the newly redesigned 2025 Infiniti QX80 has just hit the lot at Infiniti of Westchester. Talk about a game changer. Visit them in-store or online today at bushautogroup.com. Philly rides with us.
We all must do our part to keep our roadways safe. When driving, look out for pedestrians. Slow down and keep a 4-foot distance while passing. Let's look out for each other. Safety is a shared responsibility. Brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Lowe's Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Windy and 42 overnight tomorrow, high 58.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Robert Half's recruiting professionals use their award-winning AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. Learn more at roberthalf.com/talent today.
The 2024 presidential election is here. With a race neck and neck and with so much at stake, MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground, and we're breaking down the numbers until every last vote is counted, providing you with insight on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2024 presidential election Tuesday, November 5th, and listen to MSNBC Live on the free Odyssey app or wherever you watch MSNBC.
This is the Brandon Graham Show with Spike and Howard Eskin. Brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Pete's. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Are you working? What kind of work do you do?
It's the Brandon Graham Show live from Chickies and Pete's in South Philly, brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time. Eagles fans, celebrate responsibly. So, Brandon, it is 200 games that you celebrated yesterday, and now we celebrate you. The folks over at Chickies and Pete's, there you go. There's your 200 pizza from Chickies and Pete's. And there's a cake. Wow. Now, what do we sing? What do we sing when somebody plays 200 games for one team in the NFL? It's not a birthday.
Old Lang Syne.
I don't know the words. Do you? There you go. Brandon, courtesy of Chickies and Pete's, Miller Lite, WIP. Have you ever seen a cake so beautiful in your life?
Man, I just want to thank them for this. I appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been some years, boys, since we've been in here doing this, and I'm thankful that they, asked me to do this. And man, 200 games, it don't go unnoticed, man. And I'm thankful for that, for real.
There it is. Every big hand for Brandon Graham. Now the challenge is we want to see you eat the cake with your hands.
After the season, I do all that. Right now, I'm trying to keep that figure good.
Yeah.
Trying to keep that burst alive.
So 200 games. Do you ever?
Wow.
You're obviously like wrapped up in the.
Hey, Pete, we're doing a show.
You can just talk on the air if you want.
Yeah, right.
Pete, you pull up a mic. Come on, Pete. No. Oh, all right.
Yeah, he was telling me about this pizza right here.
Oh, really? Yeah. Any specifics about the pizza?
He said it's the hot honey.
Oh, the hot honey. There you go. Do you ever get the chance to, I would imagine most times you're just dialed in thinking about the game and the season.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about your start with the Eagles and the injury issues and, had a rough time really getting going, becoming the player that you would be, do you ever get a chance to think back to that time and how amazing it is that your career ended up what it is?
Oh, yeah. I mean, even now, like, you think about just all that what happened and what transpired during them times, then where we at now, and the two guys I got, talked about, I wish that we had, is not playing no more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if JPP still playing or not, but I know Earl is, he ain't played in some years now.
Yep.
And it's just like, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And so I feel like, those guys had heck of a career. I mean, them careers, them Hall of Fame careers. And, for me to still be here 15 years in, and still be with the Eagles, the ones that, wanted them guys. I mean, it's just perseverance, man. You got to persevere through. You can't take offense to something that's not for you. And so for me, I had to learn that, like, how can I take offense on something that I don't even believe? Like, it's like, I know what I could do. I know what I'm about, but eventually it ended up happening. I didn't let it get crazy in my mind where, worried about every little thing of what I wasn't doing. But I did have people that helped me through it, like Trent and them guys and, my family and all that stuff. But while I'm in the building, I try to do something about it. And so I still carry that to this day, as far as that chip on my shoulder, man. But it's a fun chip. I don't stress about it. It's like I know I'm gonna make mistakes, and when I do, got to go through the bashing. Get your old butt off the field. You looking like this, but I'll be like, man, make your mind up, because just the other week you said I was doing good. So that's why you gotta laugh. You gotta have some fun with it, because at the end of the day, people get mad and people want to show their emotions. A lot of people don't know how to control them, so I expect people to say what they saying about Nick, because people don't like certain stuff. They gonna let it be known. And so I just know, for me, I try to control myself on what I'm, because you can definitely go into a stressful mode if you worry about things that that you can only change. And for me, I'm good. I'm happy that I'm serving the guys. I'm happy that I'm still able to play at a level that can help the team. And I can't worry about the ups and downs of it. I can't be too high about it, too low about it. I just try to stay even keel with it, because it's a week to week lead, and as long as I got another opportunity next week to play, that's all I can do. I can go show you by what I put in this work on Wednesday when we start, and you will see on Sunday what it looked like.
Brandon, now that it's the career, obviously at the end of the season, is coming to a close, do you ever think back the way it started? Because fans were on you too. Oh, he's a first-round draft pick. He's a bust. All those things that they kind of rolled out. Do you think back at that now that you've achieved as much as you have with the Eagles?
Oh, yeah, man, because it's like, wow, 200 games. Who would have thought? You know what I'm saying?
And they ripped your ass, too.
I know. They definitely did. And every now and again, you still get ripped here and there.
Yeah, well, they're
never gonna stop. But it's cool though, because I don't expect them to. I just can deal with it better than I did when I was younger. Because you got to be mature, you got to grow up fast with this fan base, because it don't matter, young or not. Get him out of here if he ain't doing it the way they think we should be doing it. But it is funny though.
Yeah, when you think back on it, it really is.
Were there times early on when you were struggling with the knee thing where you thought that maybe it wasn't going to work out? Like times of doubt early on in your career?
Oh, yeah, man. Just like dark times of the doubting yourself and just saying like, but what if? Like, what if? It's like, you know what? It don't matter. It's like, what am I going to do today? All right, cool. I tore my knee. How can I attack this to get better? This is what they told me to do. This is my rehab. All right, cool. What I got to do today, let me do it. One day at a time. You keep stacking these days. Just like now, it's the journey of, man, y'all ain't doing this. Offense should be doing this. Offense that. It's like, all right, old coordinators. Y'all go ahead and hit up Howie. Let them know. Send your resume in. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know. You know what I'm saying? This should be this. But it's like, we working. Trust me. We ain't trying to go out there and look bad. That's the one thing I can tell you. Every week we going out there because we know what's at stake. I ain't trying to be coming on here talking about a loss. Yeah. That's what it feel like right now.
Yeah, this show is more fun after
it's like, man, we won. Yeah. I ain't about to go into all that. Like, if people want to nitpick, y'all nitpick, all the way to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's the journey that you got to have. And you got to have this positive light and spirit that you got to have, because that's where your belief system come in. And so y'all keep talking, because we using it as motivation. And I know that people gonna say, oh, well, I hope that's what y'all doing for. It's like, yeah, that's how I'm playing it. That's how I know Nick playing it, because Nick definitely want to prove y'all wrong just as much as I want to help Nick prove y'all wrong, because I know that feeling. And so we just got to stay focused. Can't worry about what we can't control. It's and at the end of the day, if Nick want to show some emotion because of somebody saying something, it's like, yeah, go get him. You know what I'm saying? Because we got your back, because we gotta have your back for next week, because as soon as it's not working, they're going to be on you.
Yeah.
So you better know what's coming with it. You know what I'm saying? If things don't go as like you wanted it to go. But I'm going to keep it positive, and I'm going to say it's going to go that way.
You know what? You're not going to go undefeated the rest of the year, although you look at one game at a time. So there's going to be another game that, whether you win or lose, actually, in this town, but there's going to be another game where your head coach is going to get criticized. It can't be that easy for all the players to just ignore that, is it?
Well, it is. It ain't only reason why you can't ignore it because you gotta do the media. I mean, some people gonna watch TV, but it ain't like we in there talking about it, saying like, "Man, did you see what they saying about Nick?" You know what I'm saying? Unless we got to answer to certain stuff, then it's like, okay, we talking about it so we can get ahead of it. As far as what can we do to shine a brighter light than what people trying to put on for him? And that's it, man. Because I mean, I'm not about to talk about nobody. I mean, because I don't know the people that's talking, and we don't know what they doing at their job. So it's like, man, come on. Like at the end of the day, we all trying to get better, and whatever we do. And so we hired Nick to do a job. He's doing a great job as far as the growth. You want to see people grow. He's been growing as a head coach. I know he's learned a whole lot from where he started, and we got some great minds in there. I love just how we just put it together. But we got to actually go out and do it, and that's our test.
It's amazing, and the people will never give him credit. There was a timeout, it was a 2-minute warning before that pass to A.J. Brown.
Yep.
All right, now the head coach talks to Kellen Moore. You don't think that he had some influence because he's got he's got cojones, boy, and you don't think he had some influence, and that takes a lot of guts because if you don't complete that, then they're going to get the ball back. It might be with like 30 or 40 seconds left, but it's still going to get the ball back.
Yep.
But nobody would, even if you bring that up. Oh no, he had nothing to do with
Well,
that.
Hurt said he checked to that play.
Well, he did, but the play was caught. No, I know the whole dynamic of the thing.
Yes.
He did have to check to that play, but that was one of the plays that was there that was called that he could check to. There was a couple of different options.
Yep, like
he
a
checked
two-play,
to that
like
play.
a two-play call.
Right.
Where
but
but
the head coach has got to or the head coach has got to endorse it, whether it's Kellen Moore or not, to endorse that play. He checked to it, but it was one of the plays that was in that sequence of plays. Brandon, yeah, that's correct, right, Brandon?
Yeah.
So but nobody would ever give him credit for that, taking the guts. But and he gives Kellen Moore all the credit, and Jalen checked to it and all that. But he wants Kellen Moore. It's like he wants other people to take the credit because he doesn't want to, because he wants to spread it around, I guess. I don't know, but that's what he does.
Yeah, that's what he do because he's selfless. We talk about being selfless. That's the other part people don't see. We talk about that a lot. And yeah, he did what he did on the sideline, but at the end of the day, it's like, look, he a selfless guy. He want us to be the best teammates that we can be. He definitely had them hard conversations with us. A lot of people, it's tough in this league sometimes because you're paying certain guys and it's hard. You got to make sure you tread lightly because it's some sensitive people out here now.
Really?
Just as much as fans sensitive, players sensitive, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You got a lot to deal with. It's a lot that come with it. Heavy is the head that wear the crown. So it's like, hey, that's what it is, but you don't see all the calls and the stuff that people doing during the bye week and stuff like that I got to see and was like, dang, okay, I didn't know this go on. I didn't know this happened. And it's like, okay, I love where our mindset is right now. And I don't want nobody to break that. So we definitely got to block out the noise. Let everybody just, keep on watching and keep critiquing.
Hey, Brandon,
that's all they're going to do.
Before we get to the Giants, one more question about just your history with the Eagles. If you could whittle down to a few maybe players and coaches who were the most important in your development with the Eagles getting to this point, are there coaches, players that stick out in your mind as helping to get you here?
Well, you know what? The different people that I've met over the years on, people that I've learned from, because Jim Washburn, he was tough, but I learned a lot of good technique stuff from him. And now it's even cool that I was just young and kind of immature. And so I didn't appreciate him as much as I do now, because a lot of the over and over and over again stuff started with him because he used to be technical, just like his son now. His son, the same thing. It's like they are technical. They're going to do stuff over and over and over, and they're going to keep repeating themselves to make sure you got the game plan, to make sure you're ready for the for when it's time to go out there and play and have that confidence. I'll give it to him. I say, as much as I said I didn't like it at the time, it's a lot of stuff that even when Jim Schwartz came, I was already ahead of the game because of what I learned from Coach Wash. And so it was cool to see that come full circle, even though, I said what I said in the media and we already squashed that and everything.
Yeah.
I got to see him and, all is well. But I know that when I look at it, I use a lot of the techniques that I learned from when Babin and those guys was here. And it's like, okay, the
wide nine.
Yeah, the wide nine stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I gotta give it to him because that's the year we won a Super Bowl, and I was doing a bunch of the stuff that that we learned from one that I started with.
All right, we'll take a break, come back and talk about this coming weekend against the Giants. This is the Brandon Graham Show from Chickies and Pete's, brought to you by Miller Lite. Eagles fans, it's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly.
The nominees for 94 WIP's Turkey Bowl are in. Time to vote. Pick the high school football rivalry you want to hear broadcast live on Thanksgiving Day. Vote now at 94WIP.com. 94 WIP's Turkey Bowl. Presented by Cheney University. Empowering minds, cultivating leaders, shaping futures. And sponsored by Bradford White Water Heaters. How you heat your water matters. So whether it's a tank or tankless model, choose Bradford White.
There's nothing quite like the Honda Civic Hybrid, Accord Hybrid, and CR-V Hybrid when it comes to exhilarating efficiency. With hybrid technology and thrilling capability, these vehicles deliver an electrifying performance on every drive. But what truly makes these hybrids special is the unwavering determination that inspires everything we do. Redefine your driving experience with Honda, KBB.com's best value brand of 2024.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
Based on 2024 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelly Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
It's a new era of orange, and you don't want to miss the Philadelphia Flyers hit the ice at Wells Fargo Center.
A steal by Tippett. The game on his stick. He scores! OT in OT.
Be here for all the biggest matchups, giveaways, rivalry games, and more this season.
Slides it across. Oh, what a glove save by Erson.
Tickets are on sale now for the entire season, only at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
As a bank, PNC prides themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the dynamic greater Philadelphia community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. PNC has dedicated teams throughout the local area, all ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Following is a paid commercial message.
Kamala Harris was supposed to secure our southern border. During her tenure, over 10 million illegals have entered America, with more arriving every day. Kamala Harris is still the border czar.
Border czar.
Border czar?
Border czar.
And the gates are still wide open. Kamala Harris had one job, and as she admitted on the NBC Nightly News, she didn't even bother to show up for work.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
And I don't understand the point that you're making.
Criminal aliens murdering Americans. Cartels allowed to flood our country with poison. Women and children sold as sex slaves. Taxpayer-funded benefits for illegal aliens. That's dangerously liberal. Kamala Harris's record is no laughing matter. To learn more, go to learnaboutkamala.com. Right for America paid for and is responsible for the content of this ad.
When you buy a new house, you might say,
"Shut the front door."
"Winning."
No, seriously, shut the front door. We own this house now.
But you actually need to say,
"Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there."
that's right. The local State Farm agent is there to help you choose the coverage you need.
Welcome to my crib. No one says that anymore, but I don't care.
So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor. Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Back to the Brandon Graham Show with Spike and Howard Eskin. Brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Beats on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It's the Brandon Graham Show, live from Chickies and Pete's on Packer Ave in South. BG, before we get to the Giants, there's just one play I wanted to ask you about in the Browns game. Huge play by you. It was like an end around or something, and it looked like you had it diagnosed from the second they lined up. You knew what was going to happen. So what did you see there that allowed you to sort of diagnose that play and make that play?
Well, we was just communicating out there. I was pointing because we seen Jameis was in, and normally he run the quarterback sneak, and it was 31. So I'm just that's why N'Kobe stepped up in the gap. I'm like, QB sneak, and then he heard me, and so I guess they checked it because at first we wasn't on the line and there wasn't nobody in that gap, so they was about to run a QB sneak. He checked it, and then N'Kobe was like, because that was his man. That's his man now.
That receiver was.
The receiver was, but he told me if he motioned jet sweep, and as soon as he motioned, I just jumped outside, and so I mean we pretty much just switched positions. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. It was cool because we both was just talking through it, and I heard him, and I just took a risk and went out there and and got him.
And then we saw the first game starting for Cooper DeJean yesterday. And the two things that I've noticed, or the one thing I've noticed about both secondary rookies, both Quinyon and Cooper DeJean, is they are both really physical for defensive backs. And Cooper DeJean looks like a strong guy, man, yesterday. I mean, even on those blitzes, he almost looked like a linebacker.
Yeah.
Those guys look like they can play.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for him. Excited for both of them because, like I say, it's the confidence that you're building. And I'm just happy that them boys out there playing with swagger because that's what you need. Being out there on the island by yourself, you got to have some confidence about yourself. And I'm proud of them on where they at, coming off, starting off, and then Coop, finally getting his opportunity to show what he can do. I mean, we seen him in training camp, but he had got hurt, and so that kind of set him back a little bit. But now I don't see why. This is his position, until he out of here.
Yeah. So Giants on Sunday. They're playing. They lost yesterday, but they're playing. They don't look like a real good team or anything, but they play tough every week. Have you started looking at the Giants at all about, what you guys will be focusing in on Sunday? Has that started yet?
Oh, yeah. I've been watching. I watched the game yesterday. You watch it and you watch it differently because you know you about to play them.
Yeah.
You watch the defense, see how they play. But you gotta. That's why I say it's a week-to-week league, man. I ain't going up there to think that we just about to beat up the Giants because they whatever their record is. You can't even worry about no record. You just got to know that these boys gonna play us tough because we the Eagles, and they trying to embarrass us. And so I know we gonna go through our game plan, make sure that we execute, make sure we build off what we just did, and just keep it rolling. Because you don't know, it's any given Sunday for a reason. That movie came out that couldn't have been a better way to explain NFL. Any given Sunday. So soon as you think you got anybody, that's when they got you. Because you always got to put that work in, and we ain't gonna never stop that. Sometimes you might not think it because of how stuff looked, but when you go back to the film, it'd be like little details that we left out that we could have did better. That's why certain stuff didn't work, and it might have been a good call for it, but it didn't get that love because guys wasn't on the same page or didn't make something happen. It's always something like that. So all I know is I'm excited to go up to New York this week. I'm excited for this week because it's another opportunity. And, man, it's NFC East opponent. We got to make sure we got to have it.
You know, it seems like Daniel Jones is even more prone to run than Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys notice that? And obviously Vic Fangio will create something for you guys to deal with that. I don't worry about him throwing the football, but he is a decent runner. Would you agree with that?
I agree. I didn't. He done ran zone read on us and ran almost 80 yards on us. The one time, remember when he fell? He tripped over his trip.
He's 10 yards from the end zone.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Trust me, we know he can run. We know he got that in him. So we just got to make sure that we trap him up as a defense. And like I say, effort to the ball. It always covers mistakes.
Is that playing surface as bad as everybody makes it out to be?
It's just old.
Okay.
You would think it's just hard. That's all it is. It's like when you play on other turfs, you be like, man, it's the bottom of the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They could do better. I can say that. But, hey, what do I know? I guess I just know that when we out there, we're going to make it work. And we're going to go out there and play. Hopefully, we just get off of there healthy.
It seems like New York or the Meadowlands, New Jersey, whatever the hell, and New Orleans are two artificial surfaces. Seems like there's more injuries on those fields than other. And I agree with you. It's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know they're going to do it. But how many more bodies got to pile up?
They're never going to change.
I understand.
Because of the money.
And I ain't going to fight.
Yeah. It's just
I'm always fight, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like if I can't do nothing about it, there's no sense of me crying about it.
Nobody cares about me, and I get it. But after those games, my calves are a little sore. Now, I'm not playing football, but walking up and down.
Break out the violin.
No, but it doesn't happen on any other. Doesn't happen on the other.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah, you knew that was coming. And then you have all those rubber nubs in your shoes. All those rubber nubs they put in that field to try to make it softer. I don't know what it is.
It's just being your clothes after the games.
Well, it's in my shoes, so you just got to empty out your shoes.
All that.
Yeah, and I just got to take care of that on the bus ride home.
Well, Brandon, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on 200 games as a Philadelphia Eagle. And then we hope to see you back here next Monday after a win, and we'll complain about it all day before the show. How's that? Is that a good plan?
Let's make it a trend. Win and complain.
Win and complain. Dude, we can handle that trend here.
I like that.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. Congrats on 200 games.
Yep. Appreciate you.
All right, coming up next is the Players Lounge with Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, Elliott Shore Parks, and this week's guest, Landon Dickerson. This has been the Brandon Graham Show at Chickies and Pete's, brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Hi. My daughter and